You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Philip Kaufman, filling in for Julia Wiegand. The Hazleton Area School Board held a meeting last night, and we've got the story for you as the district prepares to bring students back to the classroom. Hazleton Area School Board met last night for a special meeting as they addressed and updated a few items after the CDC recommendation update, as next week students will be returning.
Monday, April 12th, we're bringing back our students, and roughly 50% district-wide will be coming back. Maybe a little more in a couple buildings, a little less in a couple buildings. It depends on the size of the buildings and what we're able to handle at that given time. Again, social distancing, keeping everybody safe, and making sure that we're doing everything appropriately. We don't want to get anyone sick. We don't want to be the cause of any issues throughout the course of getting everyone back. And sure, it's only 45 days, but still, it's 45 days that we have the opportunity to get the students back. We just ask parents and families to be patient with us as we work through that first week. There's going to be some bumps, there's going to be some hurdles that we have to overcome. But again, just please bear with us. Transportation is going to be provided. It may be a little bit rocky at the beginning, but we still ask for patience, and we'll get through this.
But the longest discussion of the night was based around the largest event held by the school, graduation.
We certainly want to get them back, and we want to do an in-person graduation. Last year, we weren't able to do that. We had a virtual graduation. Students did well. They understood it was the beginning of an incredible pandemic that we're still faced with. The same thing with prom last year. We had to cancel prom. Unfortunately, this year we're looking to the possibility of having to cancel prom again. We want to make sure that if we do one, that we're doing it safely.
But in order to do either events, the district is looking into different options to factor in social distancing for both students and guests. Ideas included dividing the graduating class into groups so that they can then have events on separate days. And with mitigation efforts and time, who knows what may be possible?
It just depends. And hopefully, maybe by June, as the way that CDC continues to change things, we'll be in the clear and we'll be able to do what we need to do just to get everybody there so they can watch their children graduate.
Finally, we spoke on the over $34 million allocated to the Hazleton Area School District and any plans that the district has with that funding.
There is so much good that we can do with that kind of money. Address student learning. We definitely have to have things in place, and we're already planning those things to get some learning loss back for these students, give them opportunities in the summer, have different types of camps that we can get the learning back and get them back on track. So we want to make sure that we're capturing everything that we can. We have the opportunity now. We haven't had in the past. So this is a fantastic opportunity for the district to do what we should be doing.
A Hazleton man is behind bars for stealing a vehicle and fleeing from a hit-and-run incident in the city. Police were called to 200 West Broad Street Thursday afternoon for a report of a stolen vehicle. They later observed the vehicle being driven at a high rate of speed near Vine Street. The vehicle was stopped and found to be driven by 34-year-old Xavier Gomez, who was fleeing the scene of a hit-and-run accident on Wyoming Street. Gomez was charged with accidents involving attended vehicles or property, driving with a suspended license, and having an open container. He was also found to have a warrant for failure to appear in court and is currently locked up at Luzerne County Prison. Police in Luzerne County are seeking the public's help locating a shooting suspect. Shamel Williams allegedly shot a woman at 506 Roosevelt Street in Edwardsville Wednesday afternoon. The victim was taken to a hospital and treated for a non-life-threatening injury. An arrest warrant was obtained for Williams, and he was charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, reckless endangerment, and discharging a firearm into an occupied structure. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is being asked to call the Edwardsville Police Department at 570-288-8463. Now over to Schuylkill County, where 3 people were taken into custody for allegedly locking children in an attic. According to authorities, 32-year-old Todd Richter, Jennifer Yost, and her mother, Wendy Yost, allegedly kept 3 children ranging from 9 to 12 years old locked in an attic at 321 Francis Street in Minersville. The investigation began when one of the children escaped from the home and was found by a woman who then called police. The boy told authorities that they were beaten and deprived of food and water. All 3 suspects were charged with endangering the welfare of children, harassment, and aggravated assault. Bail was denied for the trio, and they were locked up at Schuylkill County Prison. Spring is in the air, which also means cleaning rituals for many will begin, including the city of Hazleton. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has an update on street sweeping.
The City of Hazleton's Department of Public Works has started the process of street sweeping. Streets in the city's south side are currently being cleaned, followed by the northwest and northeast sides scheduled for next week.
And we just ask everyone to be patient with our crews. We put out the big orange "Do Not Park" signs on city blocks. So when you see those go up, please adhere to them. We understand parking is tight in some neighborhoods, and they go out and do those kind of ahead of time so they can get enough time to get the street sweeper through without any issues.
Residents are being warned that if they violate parking orders, they will be penalized.
If you continue to park once those signs are up, you will be ticketed and will be towed, and then you'll have to come into City Hall to get the release form. So again, we just ask everyone, we're trying to help and clean up the community and make it look great for spring and summer. So we just ask everyone for their patience, and if you have any questions about street sweeping, you can call the DPW garage or call City Hall, and we'll assist you.
Residents are also allowed to clean up their own sidewalks during street sweeping in their neighborhoods.
Right now, because this is something that it's ongoing, so if you're in one of those sections we haven't got to yet, and the northeast or northwest side, we're asking, sweep off your sidewalks. If you want to get rid of all that, dust and dirt from the winter, sweep them off into the street. Please don't make a pile, but sweep them about a foot off the curb line. Sweep it out there, no piles, and our street sweeper will be able to sweep all that mess up and have a nice looking sidewalk for the spring.
You can follow Mayor Jeff Cassatt's Facebook page or call City Hall for the latest updates on spring cleaning. In Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Students in the Crestwood Area School District will have the option to attend online camps this summer. Teachers are working on creating online summer classes for students who want to attend. The district hopes the sessions will help students catch up on educational opportunities that they may have missed out on during the pandemic. High school students will also have the chance to make up credits through an online summer program. The classes are free to students, and a lesson schedule is expected to be released by May. The Department of Labor and Industry is in the process of updating a system, making it easier for people to file claims for unemployment compensation. The new system with modern software will replace an obsolete 40-year-old mainframe. It'll be easier to use and streamline the unemployment claim filing process. The claim system will need to be taken offline for about 2 weeks during the transition, so Elle and I will be providing regular updates about the changes. The new system's expected to launch June 8th of this year. Queen Elizabeth II announced that her beloved husband, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, passed away peacefully this morning. He was born a member of the Greek royal family in 1921 and was given the title of Duke of Edinburgh on his wedding day to the Queen in 1947. He gave up a promising naval career to become consort when Elizabeth became queen in 1953 at the age of 25. Prince Philip stepped back from royal duties back in 2017 and gave up his driver's license following a serious crash in 2019. He's survived by the Queen and their children, Princess Anne, Prince Charles, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward. The couple have 8 grandchildren, including Prince William and Harry, as well as 9 great-grandchildren. Prince Philip was 99 years old. Coming up on WYLN News, your favorite furry friends of the week, plus the story behind the Lady Bulldogs playoff run and making it to the arena. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old. It's kind of partly cloudy.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton. If you were ever thinking about trading your car, bring it in now. Trades are at an all-time high. Bring your late model in, you'll get a couple grand more than you did a couple months ago. If you're looking for a car, we've got a huge selection of GMC, Buick, Chevrolets. We've got Nissans. We've got a whole bunch of vehicles. We even have Chad Thomas. We even have Chad Thomases. So if you're looking to buy a Chad Thomas, a Buick, a Chevy, a Cadillac, come see us at Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton and see where we take the deals the other guys won't.
The Rotary Club of Hazleton would like to honor veterans with an upcoming luncheon. The event will take place Saturday, April 17th at Bootie's Italian Restaurant from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Anyone that wishes to join must register and provide military ID, including a CAC card, DD-214, reservist ID, or a driver's license denoting veteran status. You can register by contacting Kathy O via email at koh@physical.com or by calling 570-501-1808. Seating is limited and reservations are required due to COVID-19, so sign up ASAP. If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. So check out the SPCA of Luzerne County for all breeds, shapes, and sizes of pets. The shelter has some more furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone, meet Bentley. He's a 5-year-old terrier and pit bull mix and was surrendered to the shelter because of landlord issues. He's mellow, inquisitive, and loves sunbathing, so he'd be perfect to bring home just in time for summer. And up next is Mrs. Norris. She's a young tabby who was named after Harry Potter's own notorious Mrs. Norris. She loves people and loves to talk, so she'd make a perfect addition to a loving home. Call 570-825-4111 and come on down to check out these featured pets and more while the shelter continues to adopt out new best friends amid the pandemic. WYLN's all-time OT hero, Marty Burns, was drafted to the news for the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. This week, he's chatting with Berwick Lady Bulldogs head basketball coach Bill Phillips. So, let's talk sports. Here's part 5.
With that Wyoming Valley Conference Championship, it got you some home games. You know, different years, you would have been playing at neutral sites for the district playoffs.
Right.
You got to play at home. The girl, talk about the girls' excitement to get a chance to play at home once again, and as it turned out, a couple times in the district playoffs.
Our girls love playing in our gym. I mean, it's a beautiful gym. It's very similar to Hazleton's gym, actually. They're comfortable there. It was decorated. We left all the senior night decorations up. Actually, it was a Saturday afternoon game, so senior day. But they really enjoyed it. The balloons were still there. I don't know where they got the helium from, but they lasted throughout the playoffs. But we were very fortunate to have some home playoff games.
And then, even though you ended up finishing with a loss, and so many teams have great years, but they finish with a loss. To finish with a loss at Mohegan Sun Arena in the district championship, not the end result you wanted. But when you look back, the experience that your team had to go and play on that floor in that arena.
Right. It's unbelievable. We did it 5 years ago. We actually did it, we got there beating Scranton Prep, actually. The seniors we have this year, they were actually in 8th grade. And obviously the younger kids, they were in middle school, and they were all there watching when last time we were there. And you cannot prepare a team for that experience. You know, we told them it's going to be, you know, you're going to have goosebumps when you walk in out of the tunnel because they drop you off in the back. And it's great. I like to try to get out there first just to watch the expression on their faces. But what an unbelievable experience to play there. And we say all the time, there's only one team in each class that's going to finish with a win.
Right,
So
right.
it's tough to get there.
And be sure to check out this week's entire half hour of Let's Talk Sports Saturday at 2 and 8:30 p.m. and again Sunday at noon and 5:30 p.m. Coming up on Elysburg's News Choice, your week in review, courtesy of our Julia Wiegand. Plus, leading the way into Autism Acceptance Month with this week's final segment. Stay with us.
Hey, Dr. Alex here with another Feel Good Friday. So today we're talking about music. Why it's good for you, what it does in your brain, what it does for people with disorders, neurological disorders. First, when you're listening to music, it coordinates the cells firing in your brain, the neurons. It uses the entire brain in this harmony that you don't see with other activities. And it doesn't expend the energy in there either, it just coordinates it. So if you're listening to music and doing something else, it doesn't really interrupt what you're doing. It kind of makes it have a different flow, a more harmonious flow. And they did this huge study with people with neurological disorders like tics, tremors, dementia, Parkinson's. And what they found is that it reduced their symptoms when they were listening to the music that they would have been listening to when they were younger. People with dementia who couldn't remember their own name were suddenly recalling details from their past. That was amazing. People with Parkinson's were able to dance. It's incredible. And with that in mind, feel good.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
Everyday low prices.
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Monday. Authorities in Luzerne County were reconstructing the scene of a fatal accident Saturday night that claimed the lives of 2 people in Butler Township. A 2020 Tesla being driven by 35-year-old Crystal Stash of Dallas lost control and went several hundred feet down an embankment around 7:30 Saturday night on Route 309 just south of Sleepy Hollow Road. Stash was pronounced dead at the scene, and her passenger, 28-year-old Henry Abrams of New Jersey, was transported to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, where he later died. Authorities say the car broke in half during the accident and were still examining the car, looking into recorded crash data and other evidence from the scene to determine the cause. Stash was a track and field coach for Holy Redeemer, a wife and mother of 3 daughters. A GoFundMe page has been set up by her family. Tuesday. A COVID-19 outbreak forced the Hanover Area School District to suspend in-person classes for Wednesday and Thursday. According to school officials, 10 students and staff tested positive for the virus, and 83 others are currently in quarantine. The district began its hybrid plan back on March 22nd, where nearly half the student body returned to in-person learning. The district's using contact tracing to notify students who have had close contact with someone that has tested positive. Spring break for Hanover area began last Wednesday and ended Tuesday. Students learn remotely for the remainder of this week, since today was already scheduled to be a virtual learning day. Wednesday. The Pennsylvania State Police and Crime Stoppers introduced a tip line for anyone that may have additional information regarding a 1976 cold case. After 44 years, female remains given the name Beth Doe, found on the riverbank of the Lehigh River in Carbon County, were finally identified as Evelyn Colon of New Jersey. Criminal homicide charges were filed March 31st against 63-year-old Louise Sierra of Ozone Park, New York, who was 19 at the time of the murder and is currently awaiting extradition to Pennsylvania. State police encourage anyone who feels they can provide insight into the case to contact the tip line at 1-800-472-8477. Thursday. One person died during an early morning crash in Luzerne County. The accident happened around 6:30 Thursday morning on Route 239 near Pond Hill Road in Cunningham Township. State police say 32-year-old Enrique Gonzalez of Texas was speeding when he lost control, veered off the road, struck a tree, and went down an embankment. He was ejected from the vehicle and later pronounced dead at the scene. His passenger, 26-year-old Cole Price, also of Texas, was injured and taken to the hospital. The roadway was closed as authorities investigated the cause of the deadly crash near Mackinac. Friday. A Hazleton man's behind bars for stealing a vehicle and fleeing from a hit-and-run incident in the city. Police were called to 200 West Broad Street Thursday afternoon for report of a stolen vehicle. They later observed the vehicle being driven at a high rate of speed near Vine Street. The vehicle was stopped and found to be driven by 34-year-old Xavier Gomez, who was fleeing the scene of a hit-and-run accident on Wyoming Street. Gomez was charged with accidents involving attended vehicles or property, driving with a suspended license, and having an open container. He was also found to have a warrant for failure to appear in court and is currently locked up at Luzerne County Prison. That's it for your week in review here on Wyln News.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. If you were ever thinking about trading your car, bring it in now. Trades are at an all-time high. Bring your late model in, you'll get a couple grand more than you did a couple months ago. If you're looking for a car, we've got a huge selection of GMC, Buick, Chevrolets. We've got Nissans. We've got a whole bunch of vehicles. We even have Chad Thomas. We even have Chad Thomases. So if you're looking to buy a Chad Thomas, a Buick, a Chevy, a Cadillac, come see us at Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, and see where we take the deals the other guys won't.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Paul D'Angelo is leading the way into Autism Acceptance Month to wrap up this week's series. And welcome back, folks, to our final segment of Leading the Way with Paul D'Angelo, CEO of Mission Autism Clinics. So, looking towards the future for both Paul and Mission Autism Clinics, what can we look forward to? I know that we last spoke about some of the events coming up this month, but what's ahead in the future?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier in the segments, why we started the business, and it was really to bring that accessibility closer to the families. And that is our main vision and goal for the future. So we currently have 3 facilities where we have 25 clients in services. We started out with, like I mentioned, through the pandemic, we've done a great job of managing through that. So we actually currently have 5 new facilities in progress this coming summer. Wow. Throughout Pennsylvania, Northeast and Central Pennsylvania. We also have a few planned in Maryland this summer. Our goal for this year is to have over 150 kids getting quality services at our facilities. And the underserved markets that we're going to and serving, the community has embraced us and been so excited everywhere we go that we're coming and we're providing these services for the community. We're growing quickly. We're at over 30 some employees right now, and we'll have many more employees as we continue to grow. And we provide the great opportunity to even bring jobs to the communities as well. So it's not just the services and the therapy we provide for the children. And we continue to expand on what we're bringing and services we provide. So we're looking at different opportunities to include some other ancillary services that children with autism receive today. So we're not having the parents have to travel or take their kids out and interrupt any services, and we really like to coordinate what all the services the child's getting to make sure that we're all on the same page of what we're working on at the time, which is really important for the development. And our goal is to continue to provide quality services to the parents that are easily accessible and most prominent for the families, that they're not having to go out of their way every day to have to move them from service to service or facility to facility. So we're looking at numerous things to help be that overall autism provider in the community.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing the future. Thank you so much. Folks, thank you so much for joining us, and big special thank you to Paul D'Angelo for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, folks, have a great weekend. Best of luck, best of life. Good night. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or at WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.